Hello everyone, I hope all is well. While I'm busy working away on some other projects, I really wanted to make a Black Series reveals video because Hasbro just held their May the 4th stream revealing all sorts of products in their pipeline, and this was one of the first times where multiple products were revealed that actually had me really excited and ready to drop, the only problem here being the release schedule, but let's get into it. This video will be mostly looking at the Black Series line though, because that's what I personally collect. The link will be in the description for the full stream for those interested in the vintage line. The first thing I want to talk about here are the multi-packs. This is the Phantom Menace pack with Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. They said on stream that Maul is completely new, which is amazing for me because I've been trying to get a Darth Maul for my display for a year now. I just couldn't pick which one I wanted to have as the definitive version of that character. I am a big fan of the Phantom Menace movie. It was one of the first Star Wars movies that I saw when I was a kid, and I don't have either of these figures in the Black Series line, so this is very high on my wish list. I was even going to try and get that anniversary Qui-Gon Jinn figure because I really do love that guy, and I think that this one here is very similar. This is a definite buy if my country decides to stock it. The next pack here featured was from the Ahsoka show. This is Enoch and a Night Trooper for the Ahsoka show fans. I won't personally be picking this one up because the only Ahsoka show figures that I bought were the Rebels characters, just to complete my personal display of Star Wars Rebels. I skipped over the other figures because I was pretty disappointed in their accessories and likeness details, but I do think that these figures look interesting for those that are excited. I just don't really have too much else to say otherwise. Another pack I'm pretty interested in though is this Revenge of the Sith pack with Yoda and Commander Gree, though apparently it's based more on the Clone Wars. The figures look really interesting to me. The only Yoda I have is the Empire Strikes Back variant that released a few years ago. I realized a few days ago that I don't have a figure of him based around the prequels era, and he looks to be a lot smaller than the one that I do have. Also, his colors feel a little bit off, but it might just be me. I think his robes are what's throwing me off here. The brown coloring doesn't match that tan in the movies. You'll notice in the images used that he does have two different expressions. That's actually an alternate head accessory, which I think is really cool to see. Hasbro will do anything to justify the price of paying for half a figure, really. He also comes complete with his council chair, again, another really cool unique accessory to him, and anything to justify the price of having to pay for half a figure. Commander Gree looks pretty cool, but he also just kind of looks like a clone with a different paint job. The only clone that I have is the Echo that released as part of that Clone Wars anniversary wave, and I just adore that figure. He'll probably be a lifelong favorite, so I can't help but compare any upcoming clone figures to that guy. That's just a me problem though. As for the single releases, we have here a Super Battle Droid from Attack of the Clones. I just recently got my hands on the regular Battle Droid from the amazing Galaxy's Edge pack, so I'm more likely to get this guy now that I have the other base droid from this era. It's my least favorite of these prequel figures though, just because I am personally a bit more attached to the named characters that I'm missing in my collection over, say, the cannon fodder type figures, but still, it's a pretty cool inclusion for those who do need one. The last one here I really love, and that's Darth Sidious based on his Episode 3 appearance, which means that each movie plus the Clone Wars series is getting an upcoming release here. I love the color scheme of his robes. I always have ever since I was a kid. I think the expression looks really good. He includes just one lightsaber and some lightning force powers. I really like the look of that plastic hood with the soft goods robes. He really impresses me, so this guy and the Phantom Menace pack are definitely on my wish list. It gets harder and harder to get Black Series figures here in NZ as the years go on. The stock in this country is just so poor that usually the stores don't even bother. The last wave I noticed in stores was the Ahsoka figures. I bought them at full price just because of how surprised I was to see them actually here in our stores. We also do have the new archive figures of Vader, Stormtrooper, Luke, and Bo-Katan too. I don't really know when those released though. Whatever released between those waves, not here. And whatever may have released after January or February-ish, also not here. Like Starkiller, I know released in January, and that wave isn't here either. I'm trying not to get too excited for these just in case I can't get my hands on them, but fingers are crossed, and here's hoping. What are your thoughts on any of these figures? You should let me know down below. Subscribing to this channel here does help to support making more videos like this one. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next video.